Hello, dreamers. Hi, this is Lady T here to discuss your dreams on this very, I don't know for you, but for me, it's a very windy, rainy night here in South Carolina, where I live. And from what I understand, this is going on all over the country, tornadoes and everything. But we're here to talk about your dreams. We just had the spring equinox. And I don't know if you noticed, I don't know if you were paying attention, your dreams may have shifted. Some things may have changed. We're in a new season. The earth is angled at a different position right now. So your dreams may have changed. You want to pay attention to that. Notice that, recognize that, and document that for yourself. Each season, each new season, document for yourself how your dreams are changing. Like, for instance, you may find that you're having much more prophetic dreams in, in the spring. Or you may find that in the fall, your dream time, your dreams are less, right? So, yeah, document that for yourself. I am Lady T, and I am dream analyst certified. I'm also a dream interpreter, just intuitive, naturally gifted. I am excited to do this as we have entered a time in history where, in order to hear clearly, we have to go inward. Things have changed, right? It's a lot of confusion out there, a lot of messed up stuff going on out there. A lot of fear is being bombarded, is being thrown at us, and we're being bombarded with fears, other people's stories. And so, if you want to tune in to the truth, if you want to hear the truth, if you want to know the direction for yourself, regardless of what they say you should be doing, you have to go inward. And one of the best ways of doing that is in dream time. So we are at a crucial time in history. I'm glad to be a part of it and glad to be able to help you to better interpret your dreams. So here tonight, for the next 20 minutes, that's all I'm going to do is 20 minutes. I want to talk about how to re-enter a dream, and then I'm going to interpret a couple of dreams that were sent to me with the intention of helping you to better interpret your own. Right, that's the reason for me doing this. So, re-entering dreams. What are the benefits? What is re-entry of dreams? First off, let's go there. So when I talk about re-entry dream, what I mean by that is you want to the ability to go back into a dream, back into that space, back into that time or that setting for whatever reason. Like, what are some of the reasons you may want to go back and re-enter a dream? It could be because it was a great, wonderful dream, right? You were having fun. You don't get to have fun in your life. And here in this dream, you were having fun. So, entering the dream just so you could go back to that fun place. It could be that it was a bad dream, it was a nightmare, and you have ran from nightmares way too many times, and you need to confront the nightmare. You need to find out the end of the story. I have That's a pretty common dream is that people dream of falling off a cliff or having a car accident. And I've had several people say to me that that's a reoccurring dream. I'm driving, I fall off a cliff. I'm driving, the next time I have this dream, it's the same thing. It picks up in the same spot. I'm driving, things get out of control. I fall off the cliff. I fall off the mountain. My car runs into the river. And so, if that's the case, and you wake up every time, and you wake up in fear, then you may want to re-enter that dream and finish that dream off. Re-enter that dream and redirect the dream. Right? We'll talk about what ways to do that. Um, you may want to re-enter a dream because you want to get a message. A message was coming through, and you woke up because of the freaking alarm. Right? We are, unfortunately, our culture, we're so consumed by time and time limitations. We have to wake up, even though your REM sleep is not done, even though you still need to complete this dream. Maybe the alarm went off and woke you up and you missed the message. You need to go back and get that message. It could have been, maybe an aspect of yourself that was about to give you an answer. You need to get back into that dream and hear that message. It could be that you want to finish the relationship or finish the conversation that you were having with someone who passed away, or with a guide, or with the goddess, or with the alien or whatever it may be. And you want to go back into that dream. And then another reason for reentry, maybe you just want to learn how to do that, right? You are training to be better in your intuitive gifts and abilities. You are, maybe you do tarot readings, you do oracle cards, maybe you are a medium. And so one of the ways of tuning in is to be able to go in at will. You are a shaman to some degree in this day and age. And so you need to know how to enter portals safely and come out of portals safely. And one of the best and easiest and safest portals to enter would be your dream. So there are reasons for re-entry. Now, how do we do that? How do we do that? Okay, so one of the ways of going back into the dream is to, when you wake up, you want to stay in that position. Don't move. Stay right there. Don't open your eyes. Don't fidget around. Don't look at your cell phone, because as soon as you start adding more and more thoughts, conscious thoughts, the more you wake up, the more you come out of that subconscious realm. And now you are starting to wake up. Don't start thinking about your day, what I need to get done. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I want to go back into that dream, but let me see what time it is right quick because I need to make sure that I stay in the same position. Keep your eyes closed, or if your eyes are open, keep them open, and hold that position and then go back to that emotional point in the dream. That's one of the better ways. Now, it could be that you have already, awakened. This is a dream you had a couple of years ago, and you want to go back into the dream. So, for instance, my mom passed about 4 years ago, and I had a dream right after she passed, about 4 days, 4 or 5 days after she passed. I had a dream that she was in this facility, this place with a group of Native women who were, doing things to heal her, because when she passed away sick, all of a sudden sick. And so she was in this place where they were healing her. And I was standing outside the door and I asked, "Can I see her now?" And the lady said, "You can see her, but don't tell her who you are." And I was like, "Okay." And I went in to see her, and I called her by her last name, Miss Shelby. And she looked at me, and the lady was tending to her arm and taking care of her. And she looked up at me, and she didn't recognize me, but I recognized her. I immediately started crying. And I said, "I just wanted to say hi." And she said, "Hello." And I gave her a kiss. And when I kissed her, I kissed the side of her cheek. I started crying even more so. And I just kept kissing her and kissing her. So, anyway, whenever I want to see my mom in my sleep, I go back to that dream. It's very emotional. I woke up crying, right? It was a very emotional dream, and it had a lot of imagery. I could see that there were jars on the counters that had herbs in it where they were doing healing. I could hear noise outside. In the dream, she had a car accident, even though that's not the case in real life. But I could hear the cars out there making the noise and the cleanup going on. In the dream, the women who were walking around the facility cleaning up and taking care of other people, they were very, very real, very clear. And so when you want to go back into a dream years later or months later, you want to go back and pull all those images together, all the images, all of the emotions. You want to go back to that point. But now you want to go back with a little bit of intention. Perhaps, maybe. It all depends, right? You want to go back with some intention. Why are you going back to that dream? Are you going to change things up? Are you going back to finish the conversation? Are you going back just to be there again and do the dream all over again? Why are you going back? Or are you just going to go back and you're just going to let it happen as it falls as it may? In either case, you need to know that, right? So when I go back into that dream with my mom, I just want to have that experience where I'm kissing her cheek and I'm kissing her, start crying. I want to have that feeling again of kissing her. And then I also want to see where it's going to take me from there. And so far, in 4 years, the dream has never taken me any other place but that spot. It won't move forward. And that's okay. That's okay. And the reason why I say that's okay is because this is the thing we have to recognize. Your subconscious, its job is to keep you safe. Its job is for your growth. Its job is to keep you alive. Its job is to integrate different aspects of yourself and to help you to move forward in life. Its job is to keep you alive and safe, right? And so there are times when you want to go back into the dream and just leave it as it is. You don't want to go back and, try to shift your subconscious around. It may react, respond, right? The subconscious is like a 4-year old, closer to a 4-year old, 5-year old, right? Sometimes you can prod and push that 4-year old and just make them go berserk. All right. So you don't want to do that. There are times when the dream won't move forward. It won't show you. It won't, you'll try to go back into the dream and it won't come forward for you. And that's okay. Leave it alone. Right. So that's one of the ways of going back. You want to keep the same images. You want to go back by remembering the conversation, remembering the feelings, remembering the smells of the dream. You lay there and you take yourself through that. You can do that one or two ways. You can go back with the help of a person or by yourself, right? So that's the other way of going back, using someone else to walk you through the dream. And so that's one of the things that I do with people. If you've ever had a dream and you need to go back because you want to, confront one of your fears and you're afraid to go back into the dream by yourself. We do a Zoom call or we just do a regular audio call, and you tell me the dream. I'm there with you, and then you close your eyes and I walk you through the dream again, and we talk it through. So you're doing this in a hypnotic state, which means your conscious brain is off of it, but you are somewhat conscious because you're listening to my voice as I take you back into the dream, right? You're going to tell me what you're seeing. So you're still conscious. So if you ever want to go back into a dream just to be able to deal with your fears, and you need someone to walk with you, need someone to hold your hand, right? Because we all do, even in our waking life, right? There are times when I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a friend to help me with this. Then yeah, give me a call. That's what I do. All righty. So hopefully that helps. Let me also say, going back into a dream is not the same thing as lucid dreaming. Re-entering a dream is not the same thing as lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is when you are dreaming and you recognize the fact that you are dreaming. And in the recognition of this is a dream, you decide to change some things up, right? You are in a dream. That's a little different from consciously going back into the dream just to experience it, or even consciously going back into the dream to change things up. So like, for example, my son, one of my, all children have nightmares, right? So this one child in particular used to have nightmares all the time. And so I used to teach them how to go back into their dream to control it. So they're not, controlled by fears. And so I remember the one dream the kid had, which was the elephant had gotten loose. I think we went to the circus, and he dreamt that the elephant had got loose and it was, trampling over people. And so he came running in my room crying and talking about it. And I said, okay, well, let's go back into the dream. And I want you to tell the elephant, I said, hold up your powerful hand. And it would have been really easy to say, hold up your little hand and say to the elephant. No, well, you're going to hold up your powerful hand. So, it's the middle of the night. He's lying there with me and I'm just talking him through it. I want you to hold up your powerful hand. Which one is your powerful hand? This one, which he was left-handed. Okay, so you're going to hold up your powerful hand and you're going to say, no, Mr. Elephant, we came here to have fun. Change the dream up. So he wasn't asleep when he did that. He was wide awake, but we talked through it. That's lucid dreaming. Is you fall asleep and the dream comes back and you remember this is what I should say, right? So lucid is you are asleep, and dream entry in the form that I'm talking about, you're totally conscious of what you're doing. All right. Okay. So hopefully that helps. I have, what kind of time am I on here? Okay, good. I have a couple of dreams that were sent to me, and I am going to interpret those. If you want to have me interpret a dream, send your dream to me. So my website is heavenandearthconnect.com, and you can go online and you can schedule a session to talk with me about your dreams. And we'll spend 45 minutes to an hour to however long it takes to walk you through the dream and connect it to what's ever going on in your personal life. Or if you want a brief dream interpretation, like what I'm about to do now, just send it to me and I will interpret here. And so that dream is, that website is the email address, assistant to Lady T at gmail.com. Assistant to Lady T at gmail.com. All righty, so a couple of dreams that were sent to me that I have permission to talk about. One is, okay. So I'm at a house party. I suddenly have an overwhelming urge to poo. I find a toilet and I sit on it. Halfway through it, a group of friends enter the room and interrupt me. I'm too polite to say anything to them, but I just want them to leave me alone so I can poo in peace. Okay, so this particular person, and I, when I get these emails, I'll email back and ask a couple of questions. To me, and the question I ask, it sounds like you have trouble with boundaries. Is that what this is? Yes, I do have trouble with boundaries. Yes. And you've taken way too much poo from your friends. You need to set boundaries. That's what this dream is all about. It's telling him to speak up, say what needs to be said. Also, or it could be that there are some friends that there are some poo friends that you need to get rid of. Some shit friends you need to get rid of, right? Just get rid of them. Flush them down the toilet, eliminate them. So it's one or either of those two ideas. So I sent the interpretation to him, and we'll see which one he says. It's either one or two, or maybe even both. Because if you have issues with boundaries, you probably have some no good friends you need to get rid of anyway, right? So another one is, I see a helicopter falling through the sky. I wince as it nears the ground close to impact. I then realize that it's just a toy helicopter with a broken propeller. I fix the propeller and see the family it belongs to in a nearby house. I wave at them as a signal that it's fixed, and they fly it back to themselves. Beautiful, beautiful dream. This dream speaks to the fact that there is currently, or there will be in the future, some trouble. There's something that's going to happen. It's going to feel horrific, but it's not, right? It's a helicopter that's falling to the ground. I wince, and then I realize, oh, it's a toy. It's a toy, and all I have to do is fix the propeller. So it's not as bad as you think it is. So your subconscious is warning you that it's okay. It's going to be okay. But do not negate the message in the dream. I fixed the propeller. So there's a role that you have to play in this. Whatever it is that looks bad and looks horrible, if you do your part, if you straighten up, fix, do whatever it is you're supposed to do, have the conversation, interact with the right people, make the phone calls, whatever it is. If you do your part, then it will be fixed. Don't worry about it. And then I wave at them as a signal that it's fixed, and they fly it back to themselves. Remember, in a dream, everyone is an aspect of yourself. In a dream, everyone is an aspect of you. So the fact that he is waving to the family and saying, okay, everything's okay, come back, and family, is basically him saying to himself, I took care of it. So your subconscious is speaking. It's okay, I took care of it. Go ahead and handle it. Okay, last dream, and that is, I was at a family event, and for some reason, I'll change the name, Camellia was there. She joined us and was sitting across from me and a couple seats to the right. I did not really want to talk to her since she kind of played me. Wait. All right, she joined me and was sitting across from me and a couple of seats to the right. I didn't really want to talk to her since she kind of played me, but for some reason, I was being really personable and cracking a lot of jokes to impress her. Okay, so I just pulled this from my email, and I need to email the person back and ask some questions. So here's the deal. When you email me your dreams, or even when we're talking about, if you book a session with me, when we're talking about dreams, there are times when I need to ask questions. So this is the reason why I say don't Google your dreams. Don't Google your dreams, because you can Google and get an answer, but it doesn't apply to you. So the question I would ask is, who is Camellia to you? Is that an ex-girlfriend? Is that your mother, your stepmother? Who is that person? And what kind of relationship do you have with that person? That would be the question. But remember, everyone in a dream is an aspect of yourself. So this dream really is not about Camellia. This dream could be about, and this is the reason why we would dialogue when there's a dream analysis going on. It's not just me telling you what to do or me telling you what the dream means. Although in 80% of the cases, I can pretty much tell you what the dream means. Um, but we would dialogue because this dream is an aspect of everyone in the dream, an aspect of yourself. So, what part of yourself are you, I would ask, what part of your, how are you angry at yourself? How are you dismissing your emotions with yourself? What part of yourself have you played and dismissed and disregarded and just kind of went along, and you're not making the changes that are necessary to heal, right? I didn't want to talk to her, but I did. If this dream is about your actual self, what part of yourself have you not dealt with? So those are the questions that I would ask if we were having a session, or in this case, I would email back and ask, ask some of those questions. When I do these live short mini sessions here, I don't go into a lot of details because these are, people, they have their private lives. And even though they agreed that I can talk about it, it's just too much. But when we have that one-on-one session, it makes complete sense to ask in some cases, some personal questions just to get you to look at it, just to get you to see. Okay, so what's my time? Yay. Okay, good. I did right. Yay, I wanted to do 20 minutes. Okay, so that ends my time here. Make sure that you check out my Instagram. You can find me there, Heaven and Earth Connect on Instagram. I'm also on Clubhouse. As a matter of fact, in about 30 minutes, I am going to hold a session there at Clubhouse. If you're a Clubhouse member, look for me. I am Lady T. I can't remember my name on Clubhouse. Let's see here. Something about Lady T. You'll find me on Clubhouse if you want to join me there. We're doing this every Wednesday night. You can also find me on, let's see, Instagram. Oh, TikTok. Yeah, I'm doing some TikToks. I don't know. So I'm doing some TikToks. You can check me out there as well, Lady T Dream Interpreter. You know how social media is. You got to do stuff, even though, yeah. Anyhow, so glad that you joined me. If you're catching the replay, let me know. Tap in. Let me know how you viewed this and where you're from. And pass this along, share it with someone, and let me know what happened when you re-enter the dream. All righty. Thank you, and pay attention to your dreams.